Okay, this is a quick overview of some of the basics of Adobe Audition. So what I'm going to start with is by importing a file. So I'm just going to go to File and Open, and I'm going to go and choose an audio file from my memory stick. Okay, so here's a bit of tennis from the BBC Sound Effects CDs. I can just click on any point through the audio and I'm pressing the space bar to play. So that's the full waveform view. Up here we've got a zoom, and we can drag through this and kind of look at it, treat it as if it's text. Okay, so I'd like to select that last cheer. So I'm just going to highlight it all like that, and then I'm going to go to Edit and Copy to New. So this has now created one single file with just that in it. Oops, and that's just gone to loop. I've got this little loop thing switched on here, loop playback. Okay, so what I'd like to do is just add a little fade in at the beginning of this. For when I put it in my multi-track, I don't want to have any little clicks where I might get some jumps in audio levels between one audio file and another. So I'm just going to select this beginning bit where there is some background noise, like that. And I'm going to go up to Effects, Amplitude and Compression, and then down to Volume Envelope. And here I'm just going to pop into the presets, and I'm going to do, I could do a linear fade in or a smooth fade in. Let's do a smooth fade in. It's going to happen really quickly, and you can see here it's just added that fade in to the file there. So I'm going to press apply, and we can see now the waveform starts at nothing and it goes up to the full volume. So let's just jump back to the beginning of the clip and press play. And the clip ends with silence already because I chopped it out from the end of the audio file that we took it from. Okay, it's not saved. We've got this little asterisk here and it says untitled, which means it hasn't been saved. So let's just go to File and Save, and we want to save that onto our, I'm going to save that into my little sound folder here, tennis cheer. It's going to save it as a WAV or WAV file, but you've also got AIFF, MP3 and QuickTime options in there as well. So let's just save that, and OK. Okay, so that's now saved properly in here. Let's just go and grab another bit with a bit more noise in there, perhaps this one. Okay, edit, copy to new. If this is a bit too quiet for you, what we can do is we can normalize it just to turn up the volume overall. This will make it as loud as it possibly can, but without any distortion. So amplify, you can go crazy and get things too loud. But with normalize, this will just make it as loud as possible without any distortion. You can set that to 100% or just a little bit lower. Basically, it's going to take the louder parts of the waveform up to the top or nearly up to the top. And it's going to normalize both channels, left and right, equally. So you can see how that got a lot louder. Okay, and so I'm just going to do the same again as I did with the first clip with the cheer. I'm just going to make the sound file fade in and fade out. So back up here, amplitude and volume envelope. It's still set on smooth fade in, so that's great. So I'm just going to apply that, and I'm going to go to the end, select that portion, effects, amplitude and compression, volume envelope, and let's let's just go and choose smooth fade out. Okay, there we go. That's it. Right, so let's just save that one. File, save as tennis 2 hits. A thing that we can also have a look at is what sort of file we have here, and what you might have to do is convert a mono file, stereo file to mono, just depending on what sort of things you've recorded. So if once you've opened a file, we can go up here and have a look at convert sample type, and in here it'll tell us some information about this file. 44,100 Hertz is a standard CD quality sample rate, but if you're capturing from some devices and the Marantz machines might be set at 48, Audition will match the sample rates for you, but you can change it in there if you want to. You can also swap the channels over, so you can go from stereo to mono. If you're doing that, so as this is set here, this is going to turn this into a mono file, and we could just choose one side of the mix or the other, so the left or the right. So I can turn that up and I can turn that down, and that'll swap that over to being only the left side and nothing from the right side. If I have them both at 100, then it will just merge the two into one. And we'll leave the bit depth for now, but I'm just going to swap this down so we only get the left hand channel. I'll press OK, and now you can see it's just made a mono version of that file.